Hey everyone, welcome to episode 14 of Grundschlampe Johnson. Today I've got Ben Graham with me. Hey Ben, how you going, mate?
Hi, I'm very good. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad. Do you mind if I call you Benjamin? Can I call you Benjamin? Is that your legal name?
Oh, it's not my legal name, but I've had a thing against Benjamin for a while. It sounds like you kind of knew that.
I was going to say, it's just like, bloody hell, I'm having a podcast with me mama, aren't I?
No, I'm not. I'm not called Benjamin, but I always used to have something against people call me Benjamin. But I'll let you call me Benjamin. It's fine.
So legally on your birth certificate, it's just Ben, is it?
Yeah, literally just Ben.
Yeah. It's the same with one of my other mates. His legal name is Matt, but people call him Matthew all the time, and he's like, no, it's actually Matt. Like,
Right. Isn't Dick short for Matt? Wait, no.
No,
that's Richard.
Yeah.
Oh no, why did I just say that?
That's an old school name.
Oh no, wow. How did I just fuck?
Just so anyone that is listening knows, this is just so they know I'm not bullshitting. But I've never in my life met you, have I?
No, literally never. Unfortunately.
So how did you get onto this?
So I'm friends with Aaron, who was on your podcast before. And,
you just pronounce it right. I don't like that. Do it again.
Yeah. Oh, Aaron.
Aaron with an A.
Aaron. No. That's with one A. Aaron. Yeah. Is that how you say it?
He hates it. Yeah, that's how we all say it. Aaron.
Oh, really? I didn't know he hates it. I might start calling him that now to piss him off.
Useful information.
Yeah, I'm literally going to send him a voice note right after this and send him it.
I suppose since we've never actually... We've obviously communicated a little bit leading up to the podcast, but I just wanted to know a couple of questions I've got for you, actually, that I haven't asked.
Yeah, sure.
How old are you?
I'm 22 years old.
Oh, you're a young fella. Aaron's only 21 or 22 as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 21. Yeah, I think he's born a few, 6 months. 6 months. Yeah, sorry, I can't speak. 6 months younger than me.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
And how did you guys meet?
So we met through school, old school. It was I'm trying to remember the exact moment, but can't really think at this point.
Is it high school over there?
Yeah. Well, I think do Australians call it high school?
Yeah. How does your high school system work over there? Just
secondary school. We call it here. Oh.
Yeah. Is it year 7 till 12 or is it different?
Yeah. So we started in year 7 in secondary school, and it builds up to year 12, and then there's like a system after, which I didn't do. I quit after year 12. No, sorry, year 11. Yeah. But from year 12 to 13 is kind of called A levels.
That makes sense. Yeah, because I've heard of the 13 or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, or you can go to college, which is kind of like, it's not bad, but it's still like you can still get the same qualifications to go to university after.
Yeah.
But it literally just depends what you want to do, really. But I didn't do any of that. I just
you went off and did your own thing, man.
Yeah, basically, just work from home.
Yeah, beautiful. But, did you have any siblings?
Yeah. I've one brother who actually was in Australia, funnily enough, for like a year before in Melbourne. So I actually really want to visit after he told me about it. Seems like
might be a while, mate. Might be a while.
Oh, you know what they say about Australia? They say because the house I'm in right now is literally filled with spiders, and for some reason Australia has a stereotype about having spiders everywhere. But from what I've heard from Australians, there's literally no spiders there. I don't know if that's just like it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You do see them, but they're generally like your daddy longlegses and huntsmans and stuff. But we do have the world's... Yeah. I think we've got like 8 of the top 10 world's most... Oh, that might be snakes maybe. I can't remember. But like the most poisonous animals in the world, we've got like 8 of them or 9 of them.
Oh, really? That's mad. Yeah, I reckon it's mainly in like the forest and shit, right? It's not like in the cities and all, and like the villages and shit. Right? Yeah.
It's more like that, yeah. But it's funny because Americans quite often think that... I've heard this story a few times that Americans quite often think that kangaroos and stuff like bounce around in our cities because they they've seen Crocodile Dundee too many times.
I feel like I'm baked. I feel like I'm baked listening to that.
Just like
kangaroos jumping around.
All the drop bears. Drop bears is a classic.
I've actually got a story about a spider like, in the past few days. It's actually really annoying me. Like I can't. This spider keeps appearing out of nowhere, and like it keeps running back in this like I don't know how to describe it. It's like this like well basically we can't reach it because it goes inside some like plastic thing. by our front door. And literally, whenever I go near it, it just runs back in. I can't fucking hoover it up or kill it.
What's the English term? Fucking mugging off. He's mugging you off or whatever.
Actually, a lot of people don't say it. Well, actually, quite a lot of people in London say it, but it seems like outside of London they don't say it. But it's called like finessing. You got finessed.
Right. Okay.
But I think you mean like pissing me off. Right?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people, I think it's come about in recent years. Maybe it's just because I've got older, but like being finessed, like you just got finessed, fam. That's kind of what you say.
So you were just learning each other's slang. It's beautiful.
Yeah, literally. That was on my list, actually.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it was slang.
Only other question I had was, what part of England?
Yeah, I'm West London near a place called Hillingdon. Which is in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Right, okay.
It's not in the middle of nowhere, but
is it like a small? Sorry, is it like a small town?
No, actually, it's actually one of the biggest boroughs in London, which people don't actually realise. but it's actually, but no one actually really knows it because the people I'm around are kind of more north and I guess kind of just other parts, but no one really speaks about where I'm from for some reason.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not really friends with people around my area. It's just how it is.
Yeah. What's the population there? Do you know?
Population. I'm going to say, actually, do you know the only reason I know is bloody because of coronavirus. Because then when you search up, it says the population. This is how many people have it, basically, or cases. So I think it's around 400,000.
Oh shit! Do you have an elderly population there or something?
Elderly, yeah. I think there's quite a lot of posh people there.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. But there's a decent amount of like, I don't know if you know what chavs. Is that what you call it there?
Yeah, we were just talking about it before, weren't we? That's like a...
Oh, yeah.
The bogan, the English bogan.
Oh, yeah. Bogan. I've never heard of bogan before. That's fun. I might start calling people bogans. Like my dad calls them yobbos.
Yeah. That's another one. Yobbo.
Oh, is that Australian?
I think so.
Term?
Yeah. I think
yobbo.
So.
I don't know why he says yobbo. I was like, what the hell is a yobbo? He just said it randomly. It was...
Yeah, beautiful.
Like, there's some yobbos around IRS sometimes.
Maybe your dad's been to Australia.
Has he been to Australia? No, he hasn't been to Australia, but he's been around quite a fair bit, I think.
Have you done much travel?
Yeah. Oh, last year was I'm glad I went travelling last year because last year was good. I went near, not far from you actually. Well, still far, but near. I went to Bali.
Oh,
and, yeah. Bali was pretty nice. But I had a bit of an accident there. So I went on a moped for the first time. You know, everyone rides like motorbikes.
Oh, yes. There's a
they're called mopeds there?
Yeah. There's a very funny video that's circulating YouTube. I'll send it to you after this. Yeah, it's an Australian bloke. Because there's people, Aussies always go over there and we always fuck shit up in Bali because we're idiots. That's why our travel insurance is so high.
It's like Zante for British people.
Yeah, the same thing. And there's this video, Channel 9 News or something. There's a reporter doing a report on drunk drivers on mopeds and like Australians. Yeah. And this guy comes up on the camera and he's drunk as, and they're just like, "Are you wearing a seatbelt? I mean, like, you should be driving that." And he goes, "You too, brother." He just drives off. So funny.
Oh no, I need to. Yeah, send me that after. I've had. I think I met a few Australians there. I think I met more Australians in. For some reason in America when I went there, but I'll get onto that. In Bali, I never really drove before, basically, and I've never had driving lessons before that. But my brother was kind of riding it, and I was on the back. I don't know if you know Ubud, the area Ubud.
No,
that's in Bali. It's just kind of a place we visited from. I think we were in Canggu. I can't remember exactly where it was.
Is it popular there, or is it kind of off the beaten path? Or
Ubud is where like the monkey forest is, and other stuff, similar stuff
fun.
Like that.
I fucking love monkeys. They're awesome. The little cunts.
Oh yeah, but if you get bitten by one, you're fucked.
Yeah, and they steal your shit and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, my phone's staying in my pocket.
Yeah.
But yeah, leading on to my story, basically in short, we kind of fell off the moped, when my brother was like riding one, and apparently it's called the Barley Kiss if you get like really badly injured by it. And I kind of like luckily we landed on the left side of the moped after, and because the right side is like where the engine is.
Oh yeah.
Like if we landed on the right side, we would literally would have been burnt all over. It would have been fucking fucked up.
Yeah, it would have been real bad. Yeah.
But yeah. In short, my knee just got fucked up basically, but it's fine. I've just got like a scar now.
Maybe it's called the Barley Kiss because like you'll fall off and you'll graze yourself or something. Maybe.
Yeah, because apparently I got a kiss from Barley because some guy came up to me. I think it was Australian. That's what I meant to say. The guy came up to me and was like, "All right, mate, you got a Barley Kiss." I don't know if that was a bad.
Yeah.
that was a bad impression. Sorry about that.
That was a really bad Australian impression.
Oh no! Cut that out. Edit, please. Christ.
Oh, beautiful. I guess we can fucking talk about your travels, man. We can jump straight into that if you want.
Yeah, sure.
So America. Where did you go? Did you West Coast, East Coast,
literally
kind of everywhere?
Literally, man. We went literally in short, we went to 10 different states in 30 days.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, literally, my one friend drove around because both me and my friend, my other friend, we failed our driving test just before we left. Like literally, I had a driving test literally about 2 or 3 days before.
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 days before we meant to go, where we were meant to like rent a car and go drive around America for the first time.
Now that's called cutting it fine.
Oh, literally, like I literally, I don't know how I did it. I mean, I don't know how I failed, yeah, but I don't know how we did. Like, went around the whole place. My friend, like I'll tell you the place we went to. So we started in Denver, which isn't really West Coast, is it? It's more like in the middle, kind of.
Yeah.
Colorado.
It's Colorado, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So then we started in Denver, and then we kind of went round to Utah, Arizona. What's next? Nevada, like Vegas, LA. We did all like the national parks.
Yep.
And after that, I guess LA.
I think it's kind of like center west, but then you've gone west.
Yeah, like literally, like, but we were kind of on the beach, like the west coast, for quite a lot of it, and just kind of around there, and after that we went to so I'm trying to remember the states, Oregon and Washington, I think. Yep. Was it? Yeah, and then we went after these states, there was just like we went in the middle of bloody nowhere to like Wyoming, and I don't know if you've heard of there.
Yeah, I have. I think I went to a Kentucky trip with someone from Wyoming. I got a feeling. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
anyway.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't really meet many people there. It was kind of like we went to like Montana and Idaho, and like when we stopped off in Montana for like a piss when we were driving, they were like, "Oh, so what are you doing in Montana?" And I was just like, "We're not really doing anything. We're just passing by." Yeah. So I didn't really know what to say because we were just like, there's just basically nothing there. Obviously, it's beautiful, the place.
Yeah. But is it very mountainous and stuff there, or?
Oh yeah, like literally, it's just
like
the only thing I was scared of was like bears. Like everywhere I went to, there was just like bears. Like the bears, literally. When it said there was grizzlies as well, I was like, "Fuck, you're on the nest of a grizzly." Like the grizzlies will fuck you the fuck up.
Yeah, I had a mate that moved over to Canada for a while with his girlfriend, and one day they were just going on a hike, I think. Just on a hiking trail.
Oh no, don't tell.
And
I can see where this is going.
They've just seen a black bear randomly, like literally within 5 meters of them, and they're both just being like, "Oh shit, let's slowly move away."
Yeah. Well, is that on the train? You said.
Sorry, what was that, mate?
Was that on the train? You said.
Oh no, walking.
Walking
on a trail. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, on a trail. Sorry.
Yeah. And
wow, no, I was frightened, puts it bluntly, but I was literally like, because I've never really done anything like that before, so I was like, what do I do if like a bear comes? But apparently black bears are fine, but black bears are fine, I think, but it's the grizzlies. When I was around those areas, I was more like fuck, grizzlies just don't give a shit.
Yeah, they're probably the ones that will just attack the fuck out of you. I think the black bears are the smaller ones, are they, or?
Black bears are more like kind of more scared of people, I guess. Unless you're kind of threatening to them, then but if they like can smell food around you, that's why there's like bear lockers and there was like bear spray. It was just like everything around it was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen anything like that in my life. Like in England, the scariest thing here is like a fucking goose or some bullshit.
Now I've got a funny mental image of you all getting chased by geese.
Oh, I'm actually walking around York because I'm in York at the moment, and there was just like ducks. Like there was a massive herd of like ducks when we were walking past earlier, and they were just like huge fucking ducks.
Oh no, that's a territorial duck over there. Fuck.
Yeah, like literally. But the people of York didn't really give a shit because they're used to it, obviously. But in London, they don't really have. They have like birds, yeah, like pigeons, but not like fucking massive ducks.
But, yeah, I've been to London once.
Oh,
really? I didn't really get around though because when I landed, I had pretty bad jet lag. So
yeah,
it fucks you up, especially for the day. So
I can imagine. I've always imagined like, what the fuck is it like going from Australia to London or the opposite?
Oh god, it's literally the worst two places to fly to, I would say.
You should have. You wouldn't have seen, obviously, because you weren't bloody with me. But but some like these people in front of me on the plane. I was going back from Bali, and they were literally going straight from. I guess Australia would have been worse, but they were going. Yeah, sorry, but they came from Australia. I think they were going from Australia straight all the way to Miami. But they were getting on like 2 connecting flights that took like 37 hours.
Oh yuck! Yeah. If I ever travel, I'm always trying to get from path A to path B as quickly as possible.
Oh, literally, yeah. Like even if I have to pay
like
more,
so much.
Like literally, that's the point of it. Like I don't see a point in like. Obviously, there's a point in saving money, but like it gets to a point where you're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
One of my mates that ended up flying over to Amsterdam and meeting me there a few years ago.
Oh, really? Amsterdam's sick.
Yeah, it was good as. What did he do? I think he clicked the wrong one by accident or something.
Oh, clicked the wrong flight, you said?
Yeah, ended up being a 26-hour delay at the airport or something. So.
Oh, fucking hell!
Safe to say he was pretty livid. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, delays. Where was it? I'm trying to think when I had a delay. I think it was. I went into Reading as well last year. Around, like you said, around Amsterdam, Prague, and Budapest.
Beautiful cities, all of them.
Yeah, literally. But it's Amsterdam to. What was it? Oh yeah, there was a massive like delay between. I think because Amsterdam, for some reason, we didn't do Berlin. I don't know why, but Amsterdam to Prague.
How were you traveling? Sorry.
Via train the whole time.
Oh yeah. So did you get the Euro Trail or whatever the fuck it's called, or
Interrail? Eurostar. That's
yeah,
it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, but I don't think it was I think Eurostar is only from London to Amsterdam, not the other two. Or I don't know exactly, but whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, there was just massive delays like there. It was fucking.
Can you guys just travel through the Schengen area now with like the whole Brexit thing, or what the fuck is to go like?
Oh well, I don't think that's coming to transition yet. I don't really know much about it, so I'm not going to like act like I know what I'm talking about here. But
yeah.
But yeah, I think it's kind of taken the back foot since COVID. But but it probably shouldn't. But because a lot of people fucking don't really want to leave. But yeah, I mean it's still like the same. Like our passports still allow us to do the same shit until I think it comes into play in 2021. I don't know if I'm. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't bloody know, but something like that. I think everyone's just more worried about COVID and fucking not dying at this point.
Which is fair. What's it like over there at the moment? So I'll just before you answer that. So we had in Australia we've done really well, I think, in terms of the numbers.
Yeah,
New Zealand has been fantastic. They at this stage I think they've got 0 active cases currently.
That's mad. Yeah.
Yeah, Australia's done well, but what happened yesterday, I just seen in the news, was we had obviously the George Floyd thing that happened in America. It's allowed protests to happen all around the world, and there was protests in the major cities in Australia. And in Melbourne, it just came out in the news yesterday that at least one protester that went was COVID, had COVID, so everyone's wigging out because... You know, you're in an area
but that's definitely going to happen. There's going to be one person in every major city that's protesting, at least like the minimum one person that's got COVID or like
think
it's
so,
fucked.
yeah, and
like,
it's gonna make things a bit harder, especially with Victoria, because our government's very left leaning. So we've been very strict on our policies, which I probably have agreed with personally. But regardless, like June 22 is only a couple of weeks away when the next restrictions are lifting. We've got our fingers crossed because what happens if there's another wave of some description. I don't think it'll happen. I think we'll be fine. But
so is everything in Australia like how do I word it? I'm not too good with politics. Is it like governed by the same? Everyone's governed by the same shit, basically.
So we have a federal. It's pretty much the same as the American style, which is where we have a federal government. And then we have state governments. Yeah. So right now, the state governments are the ones deciding the different restrictions. They go off.
So it's different. So it's different in like Melbourne. Yeah. It's different in Melbourne than it is to like Sydney or whatever.
Sydney or something. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
So,
fair enough. Yeah, because it's still literally basically the same here, other than like Northern Ireland or. But I guess it's too small anyway to matter. Australia's fucking huge.
Yeah. So for example, Victoria and New South Wales, so like the Sydney and Melbourne. Those two cities are quite strict with their policies, and probably because we've been hit more because more population and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
Whereas places like Northern Territory, which is where you see Uluru, the big red rock, that kind of like outback kind of state, you'd probably say, is far less population. I think they can actually. I think last week or 2 weeks ago they could actually go to the pub. So
oh really? Oh fucking hell! I wish they. Oh, don't bring me onto the pub. I just had a few beers recently, so I should have had one more.
What beers do you drink?
Well, it's actually funny enough because I always used to
drink Foster's.
I always used to hate. Oh, Foster's, mate. Foster's good, cool. I always used to bloody hate beer, but for some reason, the last like few months, I've got into it. But to put it short, I'm drinking Carling now. But I just picked up whatever was down the road. But
what's your go-to then?
With beer, I literally drink any beer. Seems like.
Oh no, sorry. Go to like before you started liking.
Like anything. Genuinely, like I drink anything. Like I had honey Jack Daniels with my brother. We always used to like during COVID. We used to just like get drunk and play like bloody video games like with each other. Every bloody because obviously there's nothing else to do. So yeah, but so we had honey Jack Daniels mixed with. Do you guys have San Pellegrino there?
I have no fucking idea what that is.
It's just like basically fizzy drink. It's like basically like Fanta or fucking like lemon or Fanta like fizzy drinks. Basically.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not like Coke or.
It's similar to Coke, but it's I guess a different flavour. If you see what I mean. Yeah. But that was what else did I drink? I had like shots, but like during the age. I don't know if it's the same in Australia. Well, I don't know why I'm like making it's like it's different. But it's like, but in here you turn like 18, you go clubbing. I don't know if it's the same there.
Yeah, 18 here. I think it's only 21 in America.
Oh yeah. I wasn't so sure between the difference, but But so when I turned like 18, I just like went ham, like drinking like shots. Like I had like 10 shots, like dying each night. And I went out. But ever since I've like turned 20, it's been more focused on like I guess marijuana. But I guess that's kind of my more the motive now. Rather than drinking. I don't know if it's the same for you. Like drinking alcohol, it's kind of just like. As I've got older, I've just kind of like
I think drinking. I would say it happens for everyone, even people that
but some people
like even people that like drink from a young age, or even people that love alcohol. I'm just trying to think of like so majority of my friends are the same.
Really? Yeah.
Once they switched over, they didn't go back, and I can see why completely. I don't really have many friends that drink a lot, like all the time. Especially like I've got my girlfriend's 29 at the moment, so I'm 28.
Yeah.
She's 29. We're nearly 30. We're not really kind of. Thinking of that kind of thing, but one of her friends is 21, for example, or 20, turning 21, and she's always like drinking and stuff. And we're trying to tell her, we're like, just fucking wait, man. Like, wait until you get out to our age, and then we'll see. You know what I mean?
I feel like I'm at that. I feel like I'm like at that age now. It's weird. Like,
I probably did that though myself. Like looking back, I actually when I was 18, maybe 19, something like that. I didn't drink for 12 months. I actually considered going straight edge and everything, like during the time, which is no drugs, no alcohol.
Really? Fair enough.
Yeah, I thought about it. But,
I was the same, to be honest. But I was such an introvert before. I'm still kind of a bit introverted now, but obviously going out, clubbing, all that kind of shit makes you just more outgoing and.
I can't believe that, to be honest. Like, I know this is the first time we met, but I don't. You don't come across as a introverted person.
Oh, really? Well, maybe because
Then again,
I don't
this
know.
is just a judge. This is just a fucking book judging the cover situation. But
sometimes I can be shy though. Like still, when I meet people, I guess it's not real life. We're just speaking like just voices. Like it's not even video call, so it's not like I can be like awkward. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. I understand. Yeah. So, what would you consider yourself, a extroverted introvert?
I don't know if you've taken the personality test on online. Have you seen that? Any of the personality?
Maybe.
So you can
send it to me after this. I'll send you the video. You send me the personality test.
We have to remember to do all this shit. Yeah. It's called a virtuoso, which is apparently it's the rarest personality. Like, I'm not just saying that; it's just what came up. I did it.
You are a rare cunt, Ben.
I'm such a rare cunt. I love the word. I'm not going to say it. I love the word
You
cunt.
just said it. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, no, I actually just. It's bad. Like British people don't really love it, but for some reason I just like on Australians like just call people cunts. I don't know why.
Yeah, because what I was saying before is it's the word before it usually that determines what like we're talking about. So like it's not very often to say cunt. It'll be like mad cunt. So if someone's a mad cunt, they're awesome. If someone's a shit cunt,
you know what?
they're a bad person.
I was listening to your. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I was listening to your. When I first listened to your podcast, I think it was before. Sorry, Erin went on it. He sent me your podcast because he said he was going on it. And yeah, I think I listened to one with your other Australian mate, and you were kind of just saying like "cunt" every sentence. I think that's what made me laugh.
Which one was it? Do you remember?
It must have been the one just before. It must have been just the one just before Aaron. Aaron, have you say it?
Oh yeah, that was Lockie. He's we did the Kentucky together, all three of us. So they know each other actually.
Oh, really? Fair enough. Yeah, I think there was another guy after a Canadian guy. I think you did recently.
Oh yeah, Brandon. He was the same thing.
Do you know what? I like that one because he was talking about the simulation theory. For some reason, it just like got to me.
Yeah, it's such an interesting one. I like it in terms of a video game. I always relate it back to a video game.
Don't even get to me. Oh, I've got a story about this bloody. You're gonna find this hilarious.
Yeah.
Wait, I need to get it up. So let me just find it on here. But basically, but actually after the podcast, I just couldn't stop watching videos about the simulation theory on YouTube.
You went into a foxhole. Yeah, boy.
Basically, like I was just like, fuck. Imagine if we actually are living in this.
Yeah.
Wait. So basically, I'm trying to find this, but essentially, I was in. Oh, here we are. I found it. Oh, lucky I saved it recently. Basically, I took an edible.
Don't get me started on those fuckers.
Oh, and I took a hash one as well. And that bearing in mind, it's the first one I've ever done. Like, I didn't know what was going to hit me. Like, I was just like, you've seen those memes on.
Yeah.
You've seen those memes online that's just like, oh, this edible hasn't hit, and we were just watching like some music video, and it just like I just looked around and I was like, what's going on? And I literally had to get a glass of water.
Yeah, sorry.
I wrote a trip report basically in short.
Oh,
and,
right, yeah.
Do you want me to read it out to you?
Yeah, go for it.
I've shown this to so many people. I know specifically Aaron's going to laugh the fuck out of this. So basically, I'll start from now, yeah?
Yeah, go for it.
When I move my body, it feels like the movement and everything is so slow. It's like my brain's in another dimension and I'm not on Earth. It feels like I can do anything and be whoever I want to be. I could be in a completely other dimension right now and not even know it, or my whole life could be a video game played by another world who controls us. Imagine if everything out there was fake and didn't exist. The world would be mad, or maybe that's the world right now, to be honest.
I like it. It's to the point. Yeah, that's to the point. It's cool.
But you know what? At that point, I didn't even know anything about the simulation theory. I just thought of that in my head as I was like, getting like fucking high as fuck.
Yeah.
Like I had no idea about any of those theories. Like I wasn't really into that. But then I just randomly thought of it, and I was like, completely fucked.
I've had a time dilation kind of one. It's just it's happened to me a couple of times. It's just a simple thing, where you'll be looking at someone at my old house that I used to live with, a few housemates. One night I remember just looking like, I still remember it as clear as day, looking to the left. So there was, in the lounge, there was two entrances, one to the left and one straight ahead from where I was sitting, basically.
Yeah.
And the guy was, he'd come through the left door and I'd seen him just then, and then no shit, time just dilated, and then within a split second, like he was at the right hand side of the door, and it's just like little things
so went quick,
like that. Yeah. Little things like that have.
For me, it was
time dilation. I've had the slow thing before too.
Was that so? Were you a head high or were you a body high? Because I was like body high completely.
Head for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because my I don't know. I've never had that before. Like I just felt everything, and it was just like fuck. Like I'm trying to remember what it was like. Like I just felt like I was on my deathbed.
Yeah.
It was kind of bad.
It's quite an experience that people have. Like I even know people that smoke quite occasionally that still occasionally will have the fear of death. And it's really strange because subconsciously going into it, you know you're not going to die. Like it's not possible. But
it wasn't like I was dying. It was just like, is this what it's meant to feel like? what I've just taken. Do you know what I mean? Like because I don't know how to explain it. It was just like because it was over a year ago now. I ended up in my fucking friend's bed, and then I just feel like when they were watching videos and shit.
Yeah,
because I couldn't hack staying in the same fucking room as them. I don't know why. I just couldn't do it.
Yep, and you just had to go to bed?
Yeah, but I didn't actually fall asleep. I couldn't physically fall asleep. And then my other friend came around my other mate's house, and he just like came in the room, and then I just eventually just got out of the bed because we ended up ordering Mackies. Wait, do you call it Mackies there?
Macca's, we call it.
Macca's. Oh, Macca's. Yeah, it's not open here yet. I fucking want it to be though.
Wait, what do you call it? Mackies?
Mackies, yeah, MACCIES.
That's fucked. You can't.
Wait, what? You're cunts. Wait, what do you call it? Macca's.
Macca's.
MACCIAS. Macca's. Do you know what? I actually, I don't know if the Macca's, Mackies, whatever you want to fucking call it, in Australia. Do you have like the dipping burger sauce there?
No idea what the fuck you're talking about, you silly cunt.
Fuck's sake. In Australia, not Australia, in the US, they have like this fucking. Oh, but yeah.
They got supersized shit over there, don't they?
They've got what?
Like supersize, isn't that?
Literally.
Isn't that supersize me? That fucking doco. It's old now.
I've got no idea. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think, but
do they have like what are their? This is what I'm saying. So what are their sizes? Is it small, medium, large, extra large, or?
I'm trying to remember what the fuck it was. I think it was something like that. I think it is roughly the same size, but obviously the sizes like the medium there is like a fucking extra large like here. Like I can see why people like when we're driving around there, you can see why people like the stereotype for them being fat comes from, basically. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just there was so many like fast food places like Arby's.
Yeah. You guys would have a heap of. See, Australia is. In terms of like media and stuff, we're very Americanized. But in terms of like your foods and stuff, like we don't have Walmarts, we don't have Arby's, we don't have In-N-Out burgers, we don't.
Yeah, neither do we.
We're not very Americanized as much. It's just your major ones like your McDonald's, KFC. We have Hungry Jack's, which is their Burger King. So we have a few Costco's in the bigger cities, like Melbourne and Sydney. But
I was going to Costco during the COVID period because we get things in bulk, and it was just like there wasn't as many people there, so it just felt safer basically. But So it was just I've never been to Costco before. It felt like I was in America again, like the the way it was, because everything was so fucking huge. You could buy like so fucking much there.
Yeah.
And they didn't charge VAT and all that bollocks. I don't know if you know about that.
Bollocks. That's
is that another say? Is that another slang?
What's bollocks? That's like bullshit, isn't it, or something?
Yeah, like bollock. Yeah, basically, yeah. It's like that's fucking bollock. Oh, actually, but you know what's funny? Here they call the dogs bollocks, meaning that's good, that's sick. It's the dog's bollocks for some reason.
Yeah, dogs bollocks. Yeah, I have. Yeah, that English fella that I mentioned before that we did the Kentucky. So I did the Kentucky camping one, which is like through mainland Europe, and he was one of the people that I was probably closest with and spent the most time with. So I got kind of used to the English slang. You'd still get the occasional one in there, but we were just consistently making jokes. He'd just call me a convict, and I'd make jokes about him coming from the motherland and sucking off the Queen and all this shit. So.
Fuck's sake, the Queen. What does the Queen even do for England? Oh no, I'm not going to get into it. To be fair, it's good for tourism. Like, I respect that. It brings money in. I'm guessing for like. Well, I'm true. It's true. The fucking royal family brings fucking loads of shit ton of money in, doesn't it?
Yeah, they would.
Like,
yeah,
that's the kind of that's kind of what's good for it. But good for like Britain, I guess. But so
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, you're right.
No, go on. No, go on. You say it.
I was just gonna say. Do you have anything? Just tangent round, brother. That's what I do. Just fucking hit another topic you've written down. Let's go.
Oh, sure.
Think of this podcast as like an English essay that's fucking horrible. It's a dog's breakfast, and you're meant to go from point A to B, and you're meant to get there smoothly, but you don't go there smoothly, and also you say fuck everyone listening.
Literally fucking. No, I was going to ask you. I'm sure you know this band. They're called Parcels, right?
Parcels.
You heard of them? I'm sure you've heard of them.
I've never heard of them.
They're an Australian band, and my friends keep fucking playing them, and they're actually really good. I like them. You should listen to them.
Okay. What music do you listen to? What's your main jam?
I actually listen to rap as the main thing. I know you like metal, right?
Yeah, heavy metal, yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't say I'm into metal, but I know I used to be like into the song "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor." If you know that one.
Oh yeah, Drowning Pool. Yeah.
Is that like one of the most common ones? I'm guessing.
That's a very common nu metal song. So
more heavy metal, yeah.
Yeah. But my stuff, I do listen to nu metal. I go back and listen to it occasionally. It depends on my mood, but or what I want to listen to that day. But my stuff is a lot heavier than that. Yeah.
Oh really? Yeah, because I knew some guy before that liked it, and I'm not. I don't know.
England's got a few good fucking bands actually. You would have heard of Architects, surely.
Yeah, I've heard of them. I'm not to say I listen to them. I listen to, like I said, rap mostly.
Yeah.
I heard you like rap. I don't know. Well,
I do. I listen to. Give me a sec, man. I'll go through some.
You should just definitely put Parcels down.
But it's kind of old school that I usually listen to.
Oh yeah, I don't mind old school. Yeah, I mean listen to. I heard you like grime as well.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah.
I heard you. Yeah, you were talking about grime a lot apparently with Aaron.
Yeah, I know bits and pieces, but I'm not adept in grime. I just like the sound of it. I reckon it's cool.
Oh really? Yeah, I know. What's his name? Stormzy has done a few I guess what do you call it? Their concerts. Well, I guess that's what we call it here as well.
Yeah.
What's
a concert?
Right? What else do we call it? I don't know what I'm on about.
Gig. We call it a gig.
Oh yeah, I guess a gig or not a rave. I've never been to a rave really, but yeah. Do you listen to? I'm guessing you like Tupac and all that stuff, right?
Yeah. So I'll go through the list now. So Tupac. Yeah. Akala. That's an English fella.
Akala. Yeah. I like the song. The way it goes, bruv, you are having a bubble.
Yeah. There's one on here. Fire in the Booth. I like that one.
Fire in the Booth. Isn't that just like a YouTube channel where they do like?
I think it is, but his actual song name is Fire in the Booth Part 1. So.
Oh yeah, so that's a song. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Brockhampton. I like Brockhampton.
Brockhampton. Yeah, I know a few of their songs. Yeah. I think you like more of what do you call it? Like what's the type of rap you call it? Not old school. It's like I can't remember what the name is.
It's alright. I like a bit of new school, like Denzel Curry. I like.
I've
always liked Eminem. Like.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing you.
Mortal Technique is good.
Yeah, I've heard of them. Have you heard of This is more of a UK rapper. Have you heard of AJ Tracey?
No.
AJ Tracey's. I've just got into him recently. Well, no, I've got into him quite a lot in the past few years, I guess. But yeah. Have you heard of? Are you into really... like?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. Sorry. I was going to say, are you into any YouTube rappers?
Nah, not really. See, this is the funny thing I was mentioning before. You know how it's like I was saying that I like to do it in person because you don't really speak over the top of each other. We've done pretty good so far, but there's obviously going to be times where you just can't help it because I can't fucking see you.
Yeah.
You could be naked right now for all I know.
Oh no, I'm not doing
You're like,
you could be as well.
Shit, he's on to me. He's fucking watching me through the webcam in my Samsung TV.
Fuck you now. Yeah, imagine if that actually was happening.
So I know you like I said before, I don't have the list of yours, but you have sent it to me. I know there's a couple on there that you can talk about.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'll
hit me up with something.
Oh yeah. Okay, so listen to this. I'm going to play it right now, and I just want you to basically, one of the voices is Boris Johnson. You know Boris Johnson?
Yes, the Prime Minister.
Yeah. Of the United Kingdom. So I'm going to play. One of them is Boris Johnson. One of them might not be Boris Johnson.
Okay, yeah.
To put it short.
Go for it.
So yeah. Let me just get up the first one. Sorry, wait.
You're right.
I'm trying to find it on here. Sorry, I'm just laughing. Already at this. All right, wait. Let me just put this next. I don't know if you can hear this, so let me know if not.
Yep. Go for it.
How difficult the past
I can. Yep.
months have been for people cut off from their friends and family.
All right, bear that in mind. Okay, you got that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next one is this one. So listen carefully to this. It's about 17 seconds long. All right.
Mm-hmm. This is your Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, speaking. As part of our quarantine measures, we've allowed all global citizens back across the world, back into the UK, excluding Stephen Johnson of Australia. He is a crazy motherfucker we don't want in this country.
Whose voice was that? Was that yours?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Wait, no, what do you mean it was Boris?
Oh, that's bullshit. Which app
It
are
was
you
Boris.
using?
It was Boris. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm going to get that cut in the headlock. He looks
No, it was Aaron. It was Aaron.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
yeah, it was Aaron. He keeps sending me Boris Johnson impressions the whole time.
He actually does an alright Australian impression, Aaron.
Oh, really? Oh, wait, how do you do your Australian accent?
Just say something like, "G'day, mate. How you going?"
Good day, mate. All right, Cam. How's it fucking going, mate?
Oh, close. But
Is that better than before?
Just slow it down a bit and just go, "G'day, mate." Like say the ah.
All right, fine.
Like accentuate the ah. G'day, mate.
Good day, mate.
Yes.
Good day, mate.
That's better. That's better.
All right, Cam.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. You can pass.
Really? All right.
I can't do an English one, so.
Boris fucking Johnson.
Boris fucking Johnson.
Wait, who's called it president there in Australia?
Prime Minister as well.
Prime Minister as well.
Is Scott Morrison? Is his name?
Is he good?
No. They're all
fine.
Wait, so is Boris a left leaning or right leaning?
He's very much right. Very much right.
Yeah, the same here. I hate the fucking right.
Fine.
To be honest, I think their policies are shit.
Yeah, if you're going to ask me my opinion on that, I actually need to do more research if I'm honest. I don't really know much opinion about it, but I probably would say I'm more. Right now, I'm probably more centre. I don't know why. I just feel like I agree with some other things. You know, there's a mixture of things. I don't know, but I don't know.
Okay, let's do a rapid fire things.
All right,
just quickly off the top of my head, just say fucking 15 seconds about how you feel about each one. All right, just off the top of your head. All right. So guns. Do you think they should be banned or not?
Well, they're not here anyway. Do you mean like in
general
in America? Oh, just in general. Yes, they should be banned. I think to the general public, unless you have like some sort of military thing involvement. I don't know, something like that.
Abortion, legal or illegal?
Oh, that's a tough one. Well, is it a tough one?
Off the top of your head?
I think it should be. Yeah, I would say keep it as legal. I think.
Euthanasia, legal or illegal?
Sorry, what was that again?
Euthanasia is the right to kill yourself. So, for example, if you
fine. Sorry, yeah, I got it.
Something that
I'd have to say legal.
Yep.
I think.
Yep. Do you think billionaires should exist?
Oh, that's a good one. Have you seen the Netflix Explained video?
No.
No, they summarise it pretty well. It's a tough one. To be honest, I think probably in short, no, but I want to be a billionaire, so yes.
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like it is probably longer than 15 seconds. But like I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It might be bad for me to say, but I feel like sometimes it's good for them, some of them, to exist as long as they're doing a good thing. Like obviously donating, but also not like not doing bad things. You know what I mean? Like you know, it's like some billionaires are doing all right.
Yep.
Like good, like some good to the world, but some like others. We don't have to name names. Aren't really obviously doing.
I've just brought up a political party quiz. Let's do it while we're here. Let's do it.
Wait, what?
All right, you ready? I'm going to ask you a question, and you tell me. There's 2 answers to every one, and I'm going to click next and next and next, and this will tell you in American politics which side you'd vote for.
Oh fuck! I bet I'm going to be right wing after all that. All right, go on.
All right, you ready? You ready? So, which statement comes closer to your own views, even if neither is exactly right? Business corporations make too much profit, or most corporations make a fair and reasonable amount of profit.
Ah. I think I understand why it's probably retarded to not go over the first one, but but I understand people's point of view. But I still feel like it kind of the circulation kind of needs to come from somewhere. But I understand it can come elsewhere. But shit, this is actually a tough one. I'm just going to say the second one.
Yep.
Wait, what was the second one again? It's fair.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just go with that for now. But I know that's more right wing.
That's all right. Which statement comes closer to your own views? Problems in the world would be even worse without US involvement. US efforts to solve problems around the world end up making things worse.
Yeah, let's go with the second one.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you think it is the responsibility of the federal government to make sure all Americans have health care coverage?
Sorry, let's repeat that again. Do you think it's responsible for the UK, the US government?
Yeah, to have healthcare coverage for every citizen.
Just in the US?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. Do you strongly favour, oppose, or strongly oppose allowing gays and lesbians to marry legally?
Yeah, strongly favour, right? Yeah.
Sure. Which statement comes closer to your views? Government is doing too many things that would be better left to businesses and individuals, or government should do more to solve problems?
Wait, what was the first one? Government should be...
letting things like businesses and individuals do more. Or government should do more to solve problems.
Well, at the end of the... second one. I don't know, go on.
Which comes closer... Just relax, mate. Have a beer and just fucking relax, all right?
No, because I feel like some answers are controversial. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of like...
Who cares? All right, you ready? Which comes closer?
I know which... The thing is, when I hear it, I know exactly which one's left wing. I know exactly which one's right wing.
That's
Do you know what I mean? It's like quite obvious.
So which comes closer to your view about how to handle undocumented immigrants who are living in the USA? They should be allowed or should not be allowed to stay legally?
Yeah, they should be allowed, yeah. Should be allowed to stay legally,
yeah. This country has gone too far in its efforts to protect the environment, or this country should do whatever it takes to protect the environment?
It should do whatever it takes to protect the environment.
Do you think abortion should be legal in all cases, legal in most cases, illegal in most cases, or illegal in all cases?
It should be legal in most cases.
Yep. We've got 3 questions
left.
Which one comes close to your view about the federal government's efforts to prevent terrorism? Muslims living in the US should be subject to more scrutiny than people in other religious groups, or Muslims in the US should not be subject to additional scrutiny because of their religion?
They should not be. Come on.
Having an increasing number of people of different races, ethnic groups, and nationalities in the US makes this country a better place to live, worse place to live, or does it make much difference?
Wait, having what? I missed the... what did you say? What was the original statement?
The increasing number of different races and ethnic groups and nationalities makes it a better place, worse place, or does it make much difference?
It doesn't make a difference. Oh wait, sorry. Wait, sorry. I misunderstand the question. Is it you asking me if it's better?
Yeah,
Sorry, repeat
so,
the whole thing again.
So is it better to have more ethnic groups and nationalities? Is it a better place?
Yeah,
to live?
better.
Or, yeah,
yeah. I think it's better. Yeah, I just misunderstood the question.
That's okay. Last question. The economic system in this country is generally fair to most Americans, or the economic system in the country unfairly favours powerful interests?
This contradicts my other one, but I'm going to go with the second one. I think it unfavours it, but I feel like it needs to happen. So I don't know.
Yep.
Like,
yes.
Fine.
Yeah, you're a liberal. So you vote left.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, really? Wait, well, I'm not strong left, am I? I feel like I'm...
Yeah, pretty strong left.
What? No, I don't feel like I'm strong. I feel like I think I'm kind of siding towards what Aaron said before in the
Which
podcast
is
with you. He was
your mid-left kind of thing.
Mid-right, well, right? That's what he said, I think.
Oh, he's first mid-right. I would consider myself, after thinking about this for a while, is probably mid-left. Is where I sit.
That's what I mean. I feel like I'm middle something, but I don't think I really know. But I mean, obviously, I know
the only thing I do know is that I fucking hate alt-right people, and I fucking hate alt-left people just as much.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they're both like...
I can't stand the people that are fucking so far left that they can't... They just yell at you. They're a bunch of Karens, basically. A bunch of social justice warrior pussies that can't piss me off. They don't piss me off as much as alt-right people, though. Like
but if you think about it, on social media, you can't really be fully right and write stuff. Like, you just can't. Let's face it, you'll just get fucked up.
That's
the thing
correct.
Is, you can't really write your views if you're right wing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not that I'm fully right wing. I'm just saying, like, if you really think about something, you can't really write like stuff. Like, but obviously, some of those questions are so obvious in my head that I wouldn't say like. I'm not gonna say which ones, but it's pretty obvious which ones were like. Obviously, I'm not gonna answer that other way.
Yeah. That's
like,
fair.
To me, anyway. To me, it's obviously like that, but it's just I don't know.
No, you're right, because that's the thing that at the end of the day, alt-right people don't get a voice, and alt-left people do, and that's probably not fair.
That's just to do with because it's kind of like more towards humanity, left wing. Do you know what I mean? That's what I feel like.
But then they can be overboard too. I feel like alt-left people can be overboard too, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I completely get it. I mean, I'm not like... I don't know what I am. Fuck it. I don't know if that really answers anything. I think I'm just more...
Did you just have an existential crisis? I don't know what I am.
No, I mean, in terms of like politics, like because actually Boris Johnson is actually the MP of my area. So
yes.
I don't know if you know. Do you know what MP is? Yeah, well, member of Parliament.
Yep.
Yeah. So I actually unfortunately did vote for Boris Johnson in the election in December.
What's it called? It's called Tories or something, isn't it?
Tories, yeah, but obviously Tories don't call themselves Tories. I'm not a Tory, I wouldn't say it. I just don't really know what else to vote for.
Yep. And you know what? I just realised something.
Yeah.
We missed out on the philosophical questions, so I'm going to fucking shove it in here.
Oh, fuck. I was Oh, no, let's get into it.
You ready?
It gets quite deep. I get quite deep with it, and sometimes I just don't know how to answer, but yeah, go on.
It's all right. Beautiful. So, I'll go with the second lot of questions. All right, so what is the meaning of a good life?
The meaning of a good life?
Yeah.
Or just like life in general? Or
what is the meaning of a good life?
I feel like number one word is like happiness, but like as long as you're happy, but you could be mentally fucked up. Like, I'm not going to say some things you could do, but you could be mentally fucked up and still be happy inside. But like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's whatever makes you happy of who the person you are, because everyone's different and everyone can just value happiness in a different way. If that makes sense. I think that makes complete sense, actually. Yeah. Yep. And just whatever tickles your fancy, really, and just like whatever makes gets the blood pumping.
Beautiful.
And right. I think that's it. Yeah.
Cool. Is it easier to love or be loved?
I think it's easier. It's easier to love, I think, and I've actually asked this question to a few people recently. Funnily enough, and I've only had one person ever say it's easier to be loved. For some reason, but yeah, I think it's just easier to love just because of just like it's just your actions, isn't it? Like, I feel like you feel like you have more control over your actions than someone else's, but
yeah,
maybe some people are just like, maybe some people are just like, some people are just like they feel like they can be I guess just loved quite well. I don't know.
Was the person, just out of curiosity, you don't have to name them or anything, but was that person that answered be loved, are they, there's always people in society that are quite often very well liked across the board from a lot of different people and stuff. They can kind of be, liked, I guess.
No. I mean, yeah, loved, I get that. I mean, to be honest, I
maybe they struggle to love, on their end.
Yeah, that's true. To be fair, I never thought of it like that. That's a good point. I mean, I probably might have voted for the opposite like a few years ago, but I don't know. I feel like I've changed in the last few years. But
well, you're probably in your prime changing years, really. That young kind of 20 to 23 seem to be my biggest changing years.
Yeah, it definitely is. I feel like, yeah, definitely. Like if I was like, 16 years old is where you're just like a fucking prick. You just think you're like top of the world.
Where you become a prick again. It's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait for 28 then. Oh, the life.
All right, question 3. What is true friendship?
True friendship. I think one word comes into this. Well, kind of loyalty. I think is the main, kind of the main ones. But like, true friendship. I guess yeah. Loyalty is the main thing, and just like I guess being there for someone. That's kind of the obvious thing to say, though. I'm trying to think of something that. Yeah, I guess loyalty is like my answer. To be fair, like just as long as you're supportive and loyal and really just always just say it how it is and are honest. That's basically, I guess that's kind of it, really. Yeah.
Cool. Is living life to the fullest possible? Why or why not?
Is living life to the fullest possible? I think yes, but obviously people in different circumstances, unfortunately some people grow up in bad environment. I think that's how I understood the question. Like people grow up in bad environments compared to some people who are more, I guess, privileged, which is kind of a topic right now people are talking about. But
yeah, I suppose social, economic, and race seems to be in the spotlight right now, worldwide. So. Yeah,
but not even just that. Like it just literally, just where you're born, like how rich your parents are, like anything like that could just like benefit it. But you always see like a lot of like rich people who I feel like once if you have the drive, it always comes to if you are doing it for like an underlying reason. You know what I mean? Like it's hard. From my experience, it's kind of hard to do it if you don't really have like a reason to really go for it. Like if you just do it just for money, or just like, I'm talking about just like making money here. If you just want to do it just to make money, it's just not really going to happen. If there's like a reason why you want to go for it and kind of do something, like an underlying reason, like I don't know, it's just, I guess support family if they're not exactly the richest, then that's the reason. Or just like, I guess to get yourself out of a hole, if that makes sense. Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I think I answered
that. Last question, and my favourite question of all time, actually, all of them. Are we a minuscule part of intelligent life in the universe?
I think so. Yeah. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, but like I think, yeah. There's definitely got to be something out there, like that is maybe they're not as clever as us, but there's definitely something out there that's just kind of like living off like out of this galaxy.
I was reading some weird space facts the other day, actually.
Oh, really?
There was something, I can't remember the exact terminology for it, but there's like basically there's a part in space that we've found that's
really?
That's
well,
like
recently?
No, I think it was early on, I think, in 1920s or something like that. We found it, so it's quite some time ago. But it was something along the lines of certain galaxies, right, and the way galaxies work. And there's this part that's in the universe that we observable universe that we can see, where there's like galaxies missing, basically. And they were basically saying like, it throws like the complete. It throws them out because they're not sure why it's there. I forget what it's called. It's called like something galaxy. There's like a few of them that like there should be galaxies there by mathematics or whatever, and they're not. And people are like, "What the fuck's going on?" Like there's lots
Wait,
of
what?
space. Like
How are they not
obviously,
there?
like, yeah, all rogue planets, like planets that follow, you know, like for example, our solar system, you know, rotations around the sun and etc. Like obviously different planets have, you know, like I can't remember, like Mars has a different amount of time before it's a year there, you know, like the same.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
But just imagine like, I don't know, one day fucking, we'll say Uranus because lol, Uranus just fucking it fucks off, right? And then it becomes a rogue planet and it follows its own thing and it's completely random. Like these rogue planets just don't follow anything.
Oh, well, I thought you was getting onto a point where you're like, we're one of those rogue planets or whatever.
No. So we follow everything down to a T. But yeah, these rogue planets, they don't have a solar system, or they do, but they don't follow the timing. So, for example, like one of them's way out or like bouncing around kind of thing. Like,
oh shit!
And people are like, "How the fuck is that even possible?" Like, yeah, it's just
I don't even. It's quite mad thinking about like there's just like endless space.
That's the observable universe, right? So what the fuck is outside the observable universe? Like where?
Yeah, like will we ever see it? Like will we ever even like in our lifetimes?
Or is there anything there?
Do you know what another question is? Like, do we reincarnate? Do we just die? My head tells me we just die and end up as nothing. Like, but obviously emotionally you can't really think like that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like logically, I feel like in my head it's kind of like that. Logically in my head it's like, yeah, we just die and then our body just remains there and that's it. But like in my head I'm like, surely there's something else. Not in my head, my heart basically says it. Do you know what I mean?
One of the things that we could probably siphon into, I guess, here is on that list. You said you wanted to talk a little bit about psychedelics.
Oh yeah, like my friend. I got baked once with my friend who does like LSD a fair bit.
Yep.
And he was just talking to me about what it's like being on LSD. Like a few of my friends have taken it. How would you say it? Like,
yep.
How do you say it? Yeah. And they literally just say how like as long as you know in your head you're with like the right people, that kind of stuff, it's good. It can be good for you, but some people have bad trips and they've experienced it with some people that they've done it with.
I've done a lot of reading about psychedelics.
Oh really? Yeah.
And
do you know what?
I've watched a lot of movies and shit like that on psychedelics, and the biggest thing that they talk about always is set and setting. You've got to be in a good setting, so like the place that you're at, and also a good set mindset.
Of course,
and it will help. But also a lot of people subscribe to the theory that a bad trip, there's no such thing as a bad trip, because a bad trip, if there is one, it's really just teaching you anyway. Like it's just a
that's what my
experience.
friend said. Yeah, it just makes me laugh. I can just picture him saying it whilst he was fucking baked. Now, whilst he was eating his fucking munch.
I feel like people probably disrespect psychedelics a little bit, just in terms of
I get
like
that.
some people out there just want to get fucked up on anything, right? And they'll just take psychedelics. But I feel like psychedelics being more of a sacred thing, not necessarily LSD, because technically, I mean, it was made in a lab, but your thing like mushrooms and DMT and
DMT
like that.
I've heard is like lasts for fucking ages, but it's only 15 minutes.
Yeah, so these things I feel like you're not. This is just how it's probably old school, pure mentality, I guess, is that if you're going to try it, then do it by itself. Don't fucking drink before it, or don't smoke before it or anything. Just like take it in its most primal, natural state, and like take it, like, I don't know, go out go camping and do it or something. Like just do something that's a little bit different. I get it. You know, does that make sense?
Well,
like,
I mean, I've been baked. I guess LSD is like a whole other level, isn't it? To like just like smoking like a blunt or whatever.
Yeah, they're completely different. Completely different.
But it's still a level of high, though, right?
Sure. Yeah, but it just depends. Like, you know, with LSD, things breathe a lot and stuff like that. So
I mean, like, I've heard like I might be interested in doing like micro LSD, like, you know, where it doesn't give you hallucinations, but it like helps you with like work kind of stuff. Because I know a lot of people in the
tech
I've
industry.
heard a lot of people. do that kind of stuff. But I don't know if it really helped. Obviously, it's just a theory.
There's probably not enough like evidence at the moment to suggest that it does. But they are slowly with psychedelics starting to and MDMA and stuff for like PTSD. They are starting to kind of unlock, because I mean, at the end of the day, the FDA in America especially has like, or whoever the drug governing bodies are in the Western world's countries, they've banned the use of psychedelics even for research purposes, but they're slowly starting to lift those things because they realize that some of these things are actually able to help. So they probably do. Yeah, and I can't wait for the day marijuana gets fucking legalized here. Oh, you would have you've been to a couple of places where it's
no, I mean like in the UK, like 'cause it's fucked.
yeah. Same with Australia. It's very right leaning, and
course,
it won't be for quite some time, I'd say.
Actually, I think in the next like 5. Well, I don't know about I don't know anything about Australia, but I think in the UK they will start to. There's one party here called the Lib Dems want to.
It's called the Fuck Mountain Party.
There's one called the Monster Raving Looving Party.
Oh, what? The
Monster Raving Looving.
That kind of reminds me for some reason of that fucking flying spaghetti monster religion for some reason.
Wait, is that? I've never heard of that. I'm trying to think.
Oh my god, you've never heard of this flying spaghetti monster religion?
I don't think I have. No, if I'm honest.
Oh my god, it's an amazing. I'll tell it really quickly. It's basically this guy in I think it was New Zealand. Basically this guy who he wanted to wear like he just was like taking the piss out of religion, right? And to wear in your driver's license a hat of some description, you have to be religious. So he made up his own religion, right? Called the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. He wrote up all of his own rules and everything. You can Google it after this and go to their website and everything. It's funny as. And then he ended up wearing a colander. So like
oh no,
those the bowls with like the holes in them for you put pasta and stuff in. He wore one of them on his driver's license.
Oh no!
And it went viral, and then people started wearing those things.
Well, I've never heard of that. Was that recent?
No, it was a while ago.
Fine. Yeah, no. I mean, I don't really follow religion, if I'm honest, but I might follow that though now.
What would you consider yourself, an atheist? Agnostic.
I would say. Do you know Richard Dawkins?
Yes.
Do you hate him? That
no.
Sounded like. Oh,
no,
fine. Yes, sounded
not really.
like.
I didn't. I struggled to read his book, and sometimes I find him a bit big-headed and brash. But
yeah, fair enough. I can see that. Yeah.
I understand why.
Thing is, I understand when I watch his videos and speaking to people, like he just sound like. Well, I'll go back to the term. He's more logical than emotional. There's like two kind of sets of people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the word stoic. Stoic is when you you make decisions based off logic, not emotion.
Which a lot of people in this world don't do, which I think is kind of...
No,
I don't know.
It's definitely that way. Yeah.
What?
No, you're right, sorry. Like, it's definitely... people go off emotion more than logic.
Yeah, that's what I'm... Yeah. Oh, did I make a mistake? I must have said it wrong.
No, that's what you said. Yeah.
Oh, fine. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, so I think he has points with what he's saying. Like, he kind of... tears them down, these people that he's like interviewing on YouTube if you search him up.
I've read I started to read his book The God Delusion, but I got maybe a quarter of the way through it, and he uses a lot of vocabulary that's very difficult. So I kept finding myself fucking reading, like I ended up reading it, and I'd have a thesaurus beside me because it was
that's mad,
or a dictionary beside me because I couldn't know what the fuck the words mean. Some of them. So.
Yeah, I've heard people read that, but I think my brother got it once before. But I don't know if I don't see people. I don't know why he doesn't use other words. But
it's very bland too.
That's a pet peeve. I don't know why.
I need something to kind of pep me up when I read. I don't really read fiction, so.
Neither do I. I like to read stuff that actually will educate me.
Non-fiction stuff. I like to read that too.
Yeah.
So.
But a lot of people don't like to read that kind of stuff. They think it's just like tedious. I guess I can see the point, but I don't know. Most books I've bought are probably just like to kind of understand how people's journey has come about. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've heard of. Do you watch any? Do you listen to any podcasts? Oh, I know there's a podcast right now, but
yeah, man. Yeah. Yep, I've got about 12 or so different podcasts I listen to.
Do you listen to any like business ones?
No, I'm pretty much all comedians and stuff like that. So.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, there's one guy I watched by NPR called "How I Built This," and it's just like how these companies started, like all their, I guess, like kind of companies. And a guy, do you know Duolingo? Duolingo.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Is that the one where it's like multiple languages or something? Yeah.
Yeah. It like talks us about for example, that guy who started that app just like talks about how he started it and just like how it all came about. I'm just like really interested in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Have you ever had surely you've had the conversation with your mates where you're like, all right, boys, what's the app that we're inventing to become fucking rich as shit?
Yeah, I've had a discussion with people about that.
I had an app idea one time, and it was actually not bad. Like, it was pretty solid, but
I've actually released an app before.
I don't know if people would actually use it. It's the only thing.
Yeah, I've actually released an app before, but I don't know if I
serious?
should mention it. Yeah. But
why don't you want to mention it?
But I don't know if I can say what it is because I'm not involved much with it anymore. But it got over like 1 million downloads on the App Store.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, I'm serious. Yeah.
That's amazing. Tell me.
Thanks. It's to do with like sports. Like it's kind of like a sports kind of card game, but I can't really say much more than that.
Okay,
at the moment.
no worries. Yeah.
I can tell you after if you want.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, I don't know whether you want to talk about it or not, but I just remember looking at those notes, or someone maybe told me or something. But do you do things through YouTube? Do you do things through YouTube?
Yeah. So I don't mind talking about it. Yeah, I used to have a YouTube channel. Well, I still technically have a YouTube channel with where I used to post like I guess kind of FIFA gaming stuff.
Are you good at FIFA? Are you?
Oh, don't get me onto this. No, I'm all right. I wouldn't say I'm the greatest, but it depends who I'm playing. Actually, well, are you good?
No, I'm just curious to know whether like if you entered a tournament or something, you'd go all right or not.
Oh no! I the main reason why I was doing FIFA is because I was so shit. I was just like raging at it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of thing on my videos. Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. I wasn't really good. I kept on like losing all my best players. You know, I did like wages and shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, I just like I lose like all the players, and I just like lose so much fucking coins. I don't even know how it works. I don't know if you know how it works. Like the
I haven't played FIFA since fucking like FIFA 16 or 15 or something like that. But
it's got shitter since then.
It's not like it's fucking changed anyway. So
yeah, literally, it's got shitter since then, and like don't even get me started with it all. Like,
I was gonna say EA is the same, man, because all of the games like Madden and shit like that, they're the same fucking game they were 10 years ago.
Yeah, I used to be involved with loads of like FIFA stuff, that kind of stuff, but I'm just not really involved with it much anymore. It's just kind of.
I suppose FIFA's obviously would be massive in England, wouldn't it?
Yeah, football. I mean, I'm into football, that kind of stuff. You call it soccer over there?
Yeah. Who do you support? Who do you follow?
Liverpool. Obviously, they're the best team.
Yep.
They're number one right now. But who do you support?
Oh, no one. I fucking hate soccer, to be honest.
Oh, really? I won't talk much about it then. Well, what sports are you into then?
NFL, I follow the Buffalo Bills. AFL, which is our Australian Football League, I follow Essendon.
I actually watched a baseball game out in where was it? Oh yeah, was it Denver? It must have been Denver. Yeah.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, the atmosphere was quite mad. I was like, they were setting like massive like I guess how do you call it, like hands? You know those hands you always have at those games.
Yeah.
They're like kind of like I'm describing this in the most terrible way, but
the big
like,
blow up
give me a break.
Things.
It's like 1 a.m. Give me a break. I was like, we just like bought them, and it was just like had a hot dog. Yeah, it was pretty nice. Yeah, there was how big is the stadium? I think it was like 40,000, maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
I didn't really understand what was going on, but
UFC as well. I watch UFC.
Oh yeah, UFC. Is Conor McGregor retired now?
Yeah, apparently for like the 6th fucking time or some shit. But
yeah, I don't know if are you into boxing then as well?
Yeah, I do watch a bit of the heavyweight stuff. So yes, I have watched the Fury Wilders, and yes, I do want to see Anthony Joshua versus Fury.
Yeah, and you probably heard of the news. Yeah, it's coming next year. But I think Fury's going to win. I don't know.
I think Fury's going to fucking flog Anthony Joshua, to be honest. Is it? Surely it'd be at Wembley Stadium or something, wouldn't it?
Well, actually, I just saw the news earlier. They it might be in like outside of the UK. So I don't know.
There you go. I know that they were looking at. I seen the news the other day something about. I don't know whether Fury's fighting Wilder 3 or something to fight. But,
he is. Yeah. They have to in the contract. Pretty sure,
yep. They were looking at Sydney as being a place to host.
Oh, really?
Actually,
I think it's a dead match. If that's another slang, like dead. Like I think it's just apt. I think it's just like, what's the point? Like they've fought twice already. Like no, I don't think anyone really cares anymore. I don't know about you, but
yeah, the rubber match. I don't give a fuck about Fury Wilder 3, to be honest.
Like even if Wilder wins, I fucking hope Wilder Joshua still happens. Like I think know. Not Wilder Joshua. Fury Joshua.
Yeah, I'd actually like to see Wilder Joshua one day as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought I generally thought from the start that Wilder would win. I don't know. Like I don't really know what happened. His thing was too big, heavy for him. The costume.
Fury,
that's what he said.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Fury, I feel like watching back the two fights, Fury outboxed him easily in the first one. And then
I actually
easily again in the second one, to be honest. I don't even know how the fuck that first one was a draw, to be honest. But
I fell asleep before both happened. I'm really pissed off that happened. But
really? What time was it on over there? What time is the boxing on over there? Is it night time?
Literally like 5 a.m. Like I don't know if you've heard much about the YouTube. I don't know. You probably hate the YouTube boxing scene, don't you? But
what's his
KSI.
name? Logan and
KSI.
Yeah, yep.
Have you heard much about that?
Really? Didn't KSI win?
Yeah, he won. Yeah, thanks. I want him to. He's playing. He's fighting his brother now, Jake Paul, I think, soon. So hopefully,
that'll be interesting.
Like, hopefully Jake Paul gets fucked up. Like, I can't be asked for him anymore. Like,
do you like KSI as a person, or is it just a country thing, like a nationalist?
No. Well, no, I think it's kind of more a country thing, I guess, as well. But Jake Paul is, I call him a cunt, like generally. Like, I don't really like him that much. I don't know if you saw much about the looting thing that he was doing. He might even be going to jail. I don't know, but.
Oh, fuck's sake!
But yeah, I like KSI because I don't know. I think KSI just got me into like kind of stuff. Like I don't know. He kind of just inspired me to do kind of YouTube and other stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool. Have you through the YouTube stuff? Have you like met any other YouTubers, or do you like hang out with any other YouTube people? Or
yeah, I actually I would be able to tell you a lot more names if my Twitter didn't get fucking suspended like a month or two ago.
What happened?
But I changed my fucking date of birth and it fucking I keep saying fucking. It keeps on. I literally just like lost my whole account. Basically, I couldn't get it back because I created the account before I was 13, and their terms of service.
Oh right, okay.
My 12-year-old self fucked me over basically.
That sucks.
Yeah, but I can't do anything. So I used my old like business Twitter account to like change it into my own personal one. So then I just get like I have like a few thousand followers on there, so it's fine. But to answer your question, I'm trying to think of names you might have you heard of. I don't know if I should say names actually. Thinking about it, but to answer it short, I have met quite a few people through the YouTube.
Can you give me their YouTube name or something like that, like an indicator?
They're in the Sidemen, if you know them.
Oh yes,
the Sidemen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not KSI, but I've done a video with the second biggest one.
Oh yeah.
Sidemen.
That's awesome.
And other people like related to him. I used to do videos with them before, and I used to like work with them like business wise. So
What kind of got you inspired into it? I guess like it's obviously YouTube. Oh, well, I shouldn't say obviously, but YouTube is obviously some. I said it again. YouTube is generally that's what I'm looking for. Something that is more of I'm 28, but people younger than me, basically.
Actually, a lot of people I work with now who do YouTube are kind of, huh?
I was going to say, there are some people that probably do it that are older, though.
Yeah, for sure. Like, there's a lot of people I work with now. Like, I'm actually, basically, to put it short, I run like a video editing agency at the moment. And,
that's awesome. So that's how you knew about Audacity and all this stuff.
yeah, basically. And, so there's that, one of my clients right now is kind of like a 50-year-old couple. So that like they do a YouTube channel and they're starting up to like, and they're targeting like kind of, I guess, the older generation, even though there might not be that many of them. They're not doing it to get like tons of views. They're doing it to like attract people to their like online courses, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yep.
So a lot of people do like do like social media stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of people do like you said it again.
How do you
do a lot of social media stuff?
How do you feel about social media? Like, I like to ask this question because I think it can be leading into so many different answers. But yeah, how do you feel about social media personally?
Like in terms of like, is it good? Do you mean?
Yeah, I guess, is it good? Do you think it's good for society? Do you think there's way we can improve it, or do you think it's worse or better, or et cetera, et cetera?
I think there could be like I think there could be like limitations and stuff. Sorry, pardon. Yeah, I think there could be limitations and stuff with it to like kind of like limit kind of like, I guess, abuse and that kind of stuff. But I feel it's kind of a tricky question. I feel like might be. I don't know if it's getting worse or better, actually. I feel like recently it might have got worse with like so many people coming online since like the whole COVID issue. But I feel like some certain social networks are kind of worse than others. You forget what I mean?
Yeah.
Like TikTok, for example, is kind of like, I don't know, TikTok is like the place for like certain groups of people to like use. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, I understand. Yep.
I don't need to say it, but yeah. So it just depends on what social network you're really on about. Just like in general, I think in general, from what I've seen, it's all right. Maybe I'm just like not viewing some certain bits, but like if you can easily, like, on your social media account, you can easily like hide certain things. You can easily like do that kind of stuff. So if you easily get offended, like there's nothing stopping you from like hiding out what certain words you don't want to see,
or
that kind of stuff.
banning
Do you know what I
something
mean?
or something. Yeah, it's not like you have to post.
Do you know what's better? Yeah. Do you know what's better than blocking someone? It's actually muting someone, because now they don't even know that you can't even see, what they're writing.
Oh wow,
you know
that's
what I mean?
fucking amazing. I've never heard of that. That's fucking
on Twitter.
That's brilliant.
On Twitter you can do it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Because the best part is that they'll get more and more mad if it's a raging cunt or something. And they'll just keep
you don't even see what they're doing.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Muting's better because you can't even see them, and then they're just like still writing messages to you, even though, because if they're blocked, they would stop, obviously. But
yeah, it's
they're
just
wasting their time.
Yeah, it's just different. Obviously, with different platforms, like obviously your Twitter and stuff. Like, do you see the other day Donald Trump tweeted, and then he got flagged for hate speech or violence or something like that because he said
I heard about that.
He said something about when the looting starts, the shooting starts, and Twitter's seen that as a violent act or whatever, whereas Facebook allowed it. So I suppose it just comes down to your terms and policies per social media thing across the board. But yeah, what just out of curiosity, what platforms are you on at the moment? Like, what do you use?
I've been on LinkedIn a lot more just because more professional stuff, I guess. But I haven't really perfected my profile yet. But I guess I'm more on Twitter now since my account's come back. I actually use Snapchat a fair bit, just because a lot of my audience from YouTube are kind of on have had me on Snapchat from ages ago.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I've got a few people on there. Just
do you use Instagram and stuff like that, or?
Oh, actually, Instagram. No, I actually haven't posted on Instagram since 2015.
Oh really? So you've got it, but you just don't.
I've got it. Yeah, literally, I just follow it to, I guess, for you, like personal friend stuff. I don't really, and maybe other YouTubers, but I don't really like. I used to just like go on Twitter to like view random, just like up to date stuff with like, I guess, kind of like YouTube and that kind of whole community scene. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But yeah, I don't really. Well, what do you use? I don't really.
At the moment,
much else, I don't think.
At the moment, I just use like I got Facebook for the podcast that I just share everything.
But
I only have that on the PC, so I don't use that for. I don't have.
I feel like
Facebook's.
Yeah, I feel like Facebook's more like for old school friends. I don't know if that's the same as you, but like
Facebook sucks, and yeah, I'm probably going to delete. I was before the podcast. I was deactivated for 2 years, and
really,
I think that they have feedback loops on purpose for sure at Facebook to keep you addicted. I think they probably all do.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook's perfect for like advertising as a platform.
Yeah. So I just use the Messenger side of things. I've used that the whole time. Reddit's my second biggest one. I use Reddit.
Reddit, yeah. I'll look into Reddit with like advertising and stuff.
Yeah. I've had Snapchat in the past, on and off. I don't have it at the moment, and I probably won't get it back. I just feel like I spend too much time on social media. And look, at the end of the day, you're right.
I was going to say my quote is, I've got a quote here, consume less than you create. So yeah, create more than you consume.
Yep.
Basically is what I'm trying to live by at the moment. But
I like that.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
it's like it's a basic universal thing, you know. Give back to the universe more than you take.
Yeah, because I feel like you can spend so much time, like even like TikTok, especially now. I know it's seen as just like a young children type of thing, but like there's actually a lot of kind of like more informative people on there, and just like more funny stuff that attracts more like adults, I guess, our age as well. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Our groups of people, and yeah, it's got to that now, to a stage
just
where
curious to know whether TikTok is going to last. Like, you know how Vine was kind of similar.
Well, actually,
and it just died in the ass.
Yeah, actually, I think YouTube are coming out with something called YouTube Shorts, from what I've read.
Shit! So that'll be interesting.
yeah. And also TikTok are coming under fire with a few other, I don't know, some like I think they got rid of the Black Lives Matter hashtag the other day. I don't know what it was. I don't know if they got rid of it completely, but I heard I saw it trending on Twitter, but I don't know exactly.
TikTok.
What was your question?
Shit fucking name. Yeah. Oh, just social media, just in general. Whether you're I guess I just asked it because I lean into the fact that I think social media is probably, it might not be the number one reason, but I think it's definitely top 3 reasons as to why people are so depressed these days. I think.
Yeah, no, I feel that completely. I feel like yeah, it's definitely the reason, but I feel like that's why you need to be self-disciplined and like set yourself limits, like of like what you're trying to do with it. That's what I mean by create more than you can consume. Like, you don't have to create. Like, if you don't create anything online, then fair enough. But like,
the trouble is though with it is that it comes back to the feedback loops. Like, you've got people that are engineers at Facebook, etc., that their whole job is to, okay, how can we keep people on this app? Their entire job is to keep people on it, and they are very good at it.
Yeah. I feel that completely.
Yeah, like,
but I mean, like,
I've noticed since I got Facebook back, even on the computer, like I'll be just like on the computer, and instead of like doing something like watch a movie or game or something, or even internet browsing, whatever, I'll go to Facebook, and I'm just like, why am I like?
You just do it automatically.
I've caught myself doing it now, so I'm at the stage where I think I'm going to make a dummy Facebook account. And link to the collective page, so I can still run the podcast, but not have a personal one, if that makes sense. So.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, have you ever used like screen time on your?
No,
what phone do you have?
No, my girlfriend has that. It's I've just got a Xiaomi, one of the fucking cheap $250 phone.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, no, I think you can get it. There's like apps, there's like probably Chrome extensions or whatever browser you use, extensions.
The screen time, it tells you like breakdown for your time that you've used apps and stuff like that.
Like, if you really look at that each week and you kind of like feel it inside. When I did it before, I looked at it and I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Kind of at some point.
Do you mind me asking, like, what were the numbers like?
Oh,
just out
don't
of
get me
curiosity.
into it. Like, I was playing this fucking game. Like, what are you talking about? I guess on my iPhone, I can. Do you want me to go on it now, actually, and tell you?
Yeah, have a crack. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell!
I think I use my phone relatively. It's kind of gone through. It's like,
for
think
fuck's
of life
sake,
throughout my whole life. It's probably changed, obviously, but when you're younger, you probably use it more. But I think right now, like, not having Snapchat, not having Facebook on the phone, I haven't had Instagram in like 3 years, so not actually physically having them there does
helps
reduce that time.
But the thing is,
I find myself fucking on Reddit too much,
Yeah.
It's
Reddit
just another
is a killer,
vice, man. You just switch between.
I feel like if you it depends if you're using it. If you're just like, I guess, a normal person, you don't use it for like. I guess you're using it to promote your podcast and stuff like that, right?
I'm not a fucking normal person, mate. I'm not a normal person.
No, but you know what I mean. Like, you're not using it for like business stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Like, I'm not fucking normal.
I'm fucking backwards, brother.
I'm fucking weird. Like, honestly. I know I'm fucking fucked up inside. But yeah, my screen time is my screen time, I hasn't really tracked it in the last week. Oh, it's annoying. Oh, I've turned it, for some reason it's off. I didn't do that on purpose, I swear.
I don't actually know what my time would be if I was to guess like daily amounts. I don't know.
Like, during COVID, I've spent a lot of time on bloody Snapchat, like messaging my old old school friends, that kind of stuff. It's bloody annoying. Like, I had to turn off notifications, and I had to like turn off notifications to just not go on it. Like, I have to go on it like once or twice a day and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That's what you have to do with some apps.
That's a good thing though, that the fact that you can self-limit yourself. That, like I said,
a lot of people can't.
The other thing, the feedback loop, people can't. Like,
Yeah,
like,
I get that.
I know that I'm shocking. Like if I had Instagram on this phone and Snapchat on this phone, I'd be what? It was actually I remember it was a few years ago. It was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I remember the exact day that I decided, holy fuck, I got to do something about this. And that was it was a weekend. It was a Saturday morning. I'd woke up early that weekend. I remember I'd wanted to sleep in till like 10 a.m. or something, but I woke up at like 8 o'clock and I was wide awake, so I got up, right? And I laid in bed from 8 o'clock till almost 11 o'clock, 3 hours, and all I did for that whole time was literally go from social media to social media to social media and constantly update and update and update. And I kind of was like, oh fuck, like I've just used 3 hours of my time to do this. So I've implemented those things to help me is to reduce them, is to get rid of them. But I'm still not perfect. Like I still spend time on my phone.
I mean, it depends. Like if you're just, it depends what you have going on in your life. Actually, to be honest, like it depends person for person. Like realistically, if you have like say if you're working from home, like most people are right now, if you've got your own like working space set up, I tend to just like, I guess, throw my phone the other side of the room. So if I get up, I'm like, I know in my head I feel bad because I'm getting up to go to my phone to do nothing.
Whereas if it's beside you, like,
I just like continuously just check my phone for notifications. Like even though I don't have anything there, I'm like, what am I checking for?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like I just like expecting something to come through. It's just like a bloody, just like annoying. That's why Do Not Disturb is a great feature, I feel like.
But speaking of it, like I feel like, you know, at the other flip side to it is like, who am I to judge? Because, you know, if let's say someone does use it for 3 hours, if they genuinely believe that it's beneficial to their life, then who am I to judge them? The only thing like is that I don't really see it as beneficial or how it could be.
But the thing is, it depends how you're using that time. If you're using it, say, some people are using it and growing their audience and that kind of stuff and really doing a positive impact on their potential life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like some people, that's what I mean by create more than consume as well. So you could be doing stuff on there that's important as well on social networks.
Yeah, that's fair. Cool.
So it just depends.
It's not completely evil. Yeah. It's there is some good points to it as well. It's but
obviously you need to balance your time as well. But I'm not a fucking life coach. I'm just just chatting shit.
Well, it's funny you mentioned the life coach thing, because I literally had a discussion with my friend just yesterday actually about, because he kind of went from a position where he was working, say 20 to 30 hours a week, and just wasn't a bit financial stress because it wasn't making enough money. And now he has his own business, and now he's inundated with work. And now it's the flip side where he's saying, holy shit, I'm making so much money, but I don't have the time now for other things.
Yeah, he needs to delegate that shit. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah.
That's literally what he needs to do.
And I'm thinking, I got into a little bit of conversation about like, think about like this is what I would consider like the perfect use of your time daily, right? So it would mean that every single day, if you were perfect and you could maintain yourself and others, I'll just spiel off a few. So you would exercise in some form every day. You would, what's beneficial for you? Read a book or watch documentaries. You would
drink water, eat well enough.
Yeah, drink water, eat healthily, limit your time on technology. You would maintain all your friendships. You would maintain your relationship. You would maintain your family life. That includes children if you have them. There's just, it's not possible. And I feel like maybe that's one of the things that as humans we're always trying to control, but it's nothing. Like, who the fuck can do all of that in a day and get it perfectly balanced? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's always going to be something that's suffering, basically.
Yeah. One area to some extent somewhere, and it's kind of like a big water bottle, and every piece of that puzzle is something. Like, let's say you're lacking, for example, at the moment, you just haven't been able to see your friends for a while and you're lacking in friendship. You poke a big hole in that fucking water bottle with a screwdriver and you got to patch it. But the time you patch that, another screwdriver comes along and says, you haven't exercised in 2 weeks.
Fucking hell, yeah. That's what it feels like sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get what you mean completely. Yeah, it literally it depends on what you want to prioritize at the end of the day. But like,
well, yeah, that's a good one. I got a good one from my girlfriend one time. It was I won't go into it, but admittedly, I'd done the wrong thing basically, which is pretty much my whole life.
Oh no, come on, sure you
And she said something along the lines of because I didn't prioritize her when I should have at the time. And she said something along the lines of, "That's okay, but from now on, I want you to look at me and say you're not my priority right now." And and since you said that, it kind of
communication is
the
biggest thing.
Yeah, it really stuck in my head because like, there's going to be times where I'm sure where something's going to be a priority over her, but she wants me in that instance just to look at her and say, "Oh, you can't be my priority right now."
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And the funny thing about it is, like, you think of like when she really needs me or someone else really needs me, and you just got to fucking man up and get it done.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard to get that done. I guess I see the point. That, like,
you have to look out for yourself though. You have to self-love before you can express it outwardly. You have to tend to your own garden before you can, help others.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, like I said, communication is key. Like, you just got to be with like anything, not just relationships, but like I guess friendships, like whatever relationship you're in, like, I don't know, whatever, heterosexual, homosexual, whatever, and just like, I guess, business relationship as well. Yeah, just communication is literally the key.
Yeah, work. Shit, I didn't even think of that. The place you fucking spend 40 hours a week. You bloody want to like it. That's the thing. That's the thing with people. Get older. Yeah.
Yeah, right. With people, communication, literally, that's all it is, really. Communication is key. Basically,
do you love your? Are you someone that you say you love your job?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I feel like I always hear people complaining about, not complaining, but in like a bad way, obviously, like in a understandable way. I mean, is what I'm trying to say.
About work or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like I never really do that. I do it. I feel like I'm similar to the guy you mentioned before, where you have so much going on sometimes, and it's just that's what I mean. So it's just, I feel like I do kind of love it. Yeah.
That's good.
Because sometimes it's up and down. Yeah.
I'd say you're in a population of that not many people exist in that bubble, because a lot of people hate their job, and you spend 40 hours a week there. So, yeah, I do like my job here. Yeah, I wouldn't say I love my job, but my previous job that I had when I first started it, I was there for nearly 4 years. When I first started it, I did like it, but by the end of it, I absolutely hated it, and I had to get out. And I come here to where I work currently, and there's not been a time that I've hated this job, and I don't really see myself hating this job ever. But to answer the question, do I love the job? No.
But that's fine though, as long as you see it progressing.
Yeah, you are progressing. Yeah, I'm going to put some things in place to in future try and chase another field of work, which I've spoken about with people, and but yeah, we should see, hopefully, and maybe we could do a update podcast in a few months or something, and I might have another job. Maybe. I'm down. So,
yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, down for that.
I was thinking about that. Yeah, I have to get you and Erin, fucking girl's name, back on for a master debating episode.
Oh yeah, he told me about this one. He was going to do it with I think it was the Canadian guy, was it? I can't remember exactly
Brandon.
Who it was.
Yeah,
Brandon. Yeah.
Have you listened to the master debating one?
Who was that with?
It was with Chris Ryan and Chris Marnie, my two friends, two Chris's.
I can't remember it, so I probably haven't.
It's all right.
But I'll give it a listen after, maybe. Yeah.
It's only I think it goes for 45 minutes or something, 50 minutes or something, because we wanted to keep them a bit shorter, like under an hour kind of thing. But basically, we just take we just do a round robin style, and we'll pick like a topic. So, like, for example, we did should pineapple be on pizza or whatever. And like astrology, is it real or fake, and shit like that. Just like random topics where we'll do.
I'm definitely down for that.
And one will go for and one against, like a debating, and it's pretty much just works out to be it pretty much just ends up being a session where you just banter with each other, and we ended up spending more fucking time bantering and bullying each other as friends than on the actual topic.
Are you sure that'll be only 40 minutes? Sounds like it'll be fucking ages.
Yeah, because we had the time limits, so you get.
I see.
I think it was 2 minutes, and then you get 2 minutes with the third person that's not debating during that topic being the timekeeper, and then you get once per episode to have a time extension if you need it. But
I'm definitely down for that.
Some of them you don't need. Like for example, I wrote all mine down, so I was like prepped more than anyone else. Chris Marnie, he wrote it down, most of it, and Chris Ryan didn't write anything down, so he did everything off the top of his head. So it just really depends how you want to approach it. Like, it was all fun, like it was funny, and
I might smoke a fatty and do it.
just abusing each other. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to win the debate too, so it's just a bit of fun. And then it's kind of like a situation where it's like technically no one wins, but the third, like, so for example, if me and you were doing it and Aaron was the judge, he would say, I don't have a technical winner, but I believe that this person would have won, kind of thing. And then at the end we do a free for all debate in one thing. So like our one was what's better on a woman, ass or tits, and all three of us get in there and get it done.
No, I actually really want to do that. Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun.
It was fun. Yeah, just because especially with Aaron, because I'd have to approach you and Aaron differently, because obviously Chris is I've known for 10 years, so I can banter with pretty well. Like I can kind of banter with Aaron a little bit in terms of...
Come on, you can say whatever you want to me, I don't care.
No, it's just that I would have to refer to, just because we haven't known each other for 10 years, my banter's going to have to come... I'm going to have to think about it a little bit more, you know what I mean? Like, I can't relate to a story from 6 years ago and then be like...
of course.
But it'll be interesting because obviously with Aaron doing the Kentucky, I can kind of banter with him a little bit. I can banter with you. I've just got to be a bit more... I just got to think about it a bit more. But you and Aaron's an interesting dynamic because you've known each other for a while, so you might actually have some stories or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, no, shit. I've got a story right now I haven't told you.
I can go for it. It's story time.
Oh, mate, you're going to be like, what the fuck after this one? This is not to do with Aaron, but I remember discussing with Aaron that I was going to talk about this.
Go for it.
So, it was a clubbing night, and so basically we were coming back from the club, and like a group of people were just like staying over at this guy's house, and me and my friend.
So you had a house party or something, did you? And then come back to the house, or
it wasn't a house party. It wasn't a house party. Everyone was just staying over at this guy's house after the club.
Yep, gotcha.
Because he just like lived near the club. I think that was the reason. So everyone was just like kind of asleep. Because I think some people came home early.
Did you know him? Did you know the guy, or was he a friend of a friend, or?
Yeah, I pretty much knew everyone there, but I'll get onto the guy I'm going to talk about.
No worries.
The guy,
sorry. I'm going to need to stop interrupting. I need to smack myself.
No.
Can you hear me on the other end?
Cool.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Smack.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Respect. So I guess we were the guy. What can I call them? What can I call these guys? The guy I was kind of, I guess, sleeping next to. We had our own sleeping bags, or whatever. We were sleeping on the floor, but some people were sleeping on like the sofas and stuff like that already. We just sat on the floor with the light on and just were speaking to each other whilst everyone was sleeping in our sleeping bags. And basically, one of the guys on the sofa stood up. It was like sleepwalking over to us, and he undid his trousers.
Oh, this is amazing! Keep going. I'm almost there.
Oh no! And we ended up getting up and being like, "What the fuck is going on?" And he just ended up pissing on the floor. Like,
that's fucking amazing.
Just like he just pissed. And the funny thing is, the guy is a friend of the guy who owns the house, basically. But I've met him like once or twice before, and the time I met him before, he actually was pissing on the floor before, but I wasn't awake during that. I was already asleep somewhere else. But the thing is, if we were on the floor, he would have pissed on us.
Fuck,
like literally,
that is insane.
We got up in time. Oh, yeah, just fucking annoying. But like, I can't believe who pisses on the floor. I can't be asked.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but we do a little sing along at the end of each
Oh
episode.
yeah, I forgot about
Now,
this bit. Yeah.
Do you have a song that you'd like to sing? Any song. It can be any
Oh,
song.
well, I've got a good. I just come to my head actually. Do you know this? What's it called? Oh wait, no, I know what the song's called. Because I got high.
Oh yeah, I can sing that. Yeah.
Oh wait, okay, wait. I can't remember like how it goes completely, but I can't remember like which. Yeah, no. I mean, I can't remember what he says.
Oh, bring it up on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to play? I can play it off my phone actually. Yeah. Oh, I can play it on Spotify actually. Wait. All right. I can't believe we're doing this. Can you hear it?
Turn it up a bit.
Da, 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 da.
I was gonna clean my room until I got high.
Until I got high.
Ooh, I was gonna get up,
Go to
find the broom.
broom, but then I got high. Oh God.
The room is still messed up.
And I know why me?
Yeah,
Cause I got high.
Because I got high.
Cause I got high.
Ooh,
Gonna.
beautiful. Perfect. That is perfect.
Wow. That song. Afro Man. What a
The best
legend.
part- yeah, I was going to say, what the fuck else has Afro Man done? He hasn't done
Exactly.
anything else. Do you have any final words?
Oh, I would say thank you for having me. This has been an absolute pleasure.
It's been fun, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been great.
I'll admit that when I first thought about doing the podcast, there was a few things that I wanted to try out, and one of them was to actually try out the. So first of all, thank you for being the first stranger, I guess, on the podcast
No worries, no worries. On the set.
that was the. So we'll have to do a follow up in a few months for sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't really nervous this morning, just because I've done a few podcasts, even with people that are. Just people that I haven't seen in a while and shit. So wasn't nervous or anything this morning. But when you first messaged me, I was like, oh fuck, I got a bit nervous. But
Yeah, do you know what? Okay, now you've said that, I was on the phone to Erin a bit before saying I don't know why I was a bit nervous as well. Like,
I think because I have people that I've asked that want to come on that they feel like it's a little bit of anxiety, I guess, about maybe whether they think that. This is just going off what I've heard. Like, not necessarily whether they say the wrong things, but whether they think they're interesting enough, or whether they think they're too boring, or like that I'll have to carry a conversation too much or something. But like, once you get into it, you realize that it's bullshit. It's all in your fucking head, man. Like,
I mean, some people are like that, but I'm not going to get into it.
It is all in your head. But thanks, man.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
hopefully Liverpool win the cup this year for you.
Oh yeah, I think they've won it already, Liverpool.
Oh, they've won it already. See, that's how much I fucking know about soccer. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, they're 2 games away from winning it, but we'll see.
There you
We'll
go.
see what
There
happens.
you go. All right, no worries, Ben or Benjamin.
Come on, Ben. Come on.
I'll jump off here, bro.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Have and thanks for being on so late, because it's about 1:45 right now. I'm guessing where you are.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll probably head straight to bed after this.
Yeah, no worries. All right, see you guys.
See you in a bit.